Tuesday, April 26th edition of the Carolina Weather Video. I'm meteorologist Matthew East here with you. We had day one of the big severe weather outbreak, especially in parts of the southern plains, into the Ozarks and portions of the Ohio Valley yesterday, and now we have days 2 and 3 of this severe weather episode yet to unfold. I'll get into that here and talk about the big flooding also ongoing in parts of the country. Let's look back at the severe weather reports from yesterday, though, and a good number of them. All those blue dots, that's where there was some wind damage reported. All the red dots, that's where there was a tornado was reported. The green dots are hail reports, and unfortunately, it was a pretty bad severe weather outbreak, and in fact, one especially strong tornado moved through portions of Arkansas, causing at least some fatalities. Just a bad situation there. This is how the radar looks during the 5 a.m. hour Eastern time here on this Tuesday morning, and you're looking really at some leftover thunderstorms that are draped from parts of Middle Tennessee into Kentucky, some pretty good activity over northern Mississippi into eastern Arkansas, and also some pretty strong thunderstorms down into Louisiana and back into extreme southeastern Texas this morning. Two different disturbances, one lifting up here toward the Great Lakes, another one diving down into the southern Rockies. This one now is going to be the main weather player for the next couple of days. Currently, look at all the flood products out around the Mississippi and the Ohio River valleys, also back into parts of Arkansas. And we're talking big-time flooding. Some areas may see the most significant flooding in parts of the Mississippi and Ohio River valleys in over 50 to 70 years, if not ever, recorded when all is said and done. Look at the additional rain yet to fall with this system. You're talking still an additional 5, 6, 7 inches in many spots, and the flooding is going to be continue to be a huge, huge problem, especially along the Ohio and the Mississippi River valleys and the tributaries associated with those rivers. So a bad, bad situation. All right, in terms of temperatures this morning, there's all the warm and muggy air all across the southern plains into the eastern part of the United States. And here is the new day one severe weather outlook, another moderate risk, and this is another high-end moderate risk. Here's the tornado potential today. That's pretty significant. Over parts of Texas, southeastern Oklahoma, much of Arkansas, northern Mississippi, and western Tennessee. Here's the wind probabilities, very significant in those same areas, and there's the hail probabilities as well. Now, a couple of factors here for today's outlook back in the moderate risk area. Depends on how soon these storms get going. It may be a kind of a late deal with when the storms get going as we get into this evening. There's some degree of a capping inversion that'll come into play, especially the farther south you go in that area. But there is the chance that the SPC could pull the trigger on a high risk somewhere in this area. Now, for the Carolinas, notice that slight risk does extend into the western Carolinas. That'll be for the scattered storms we'll see today. It could produce some wind and some hail, so we'll have to watch that carefully. Now, here's the day two outlook. And I am extremely concerned about the Tennessee Valley region in the Mid-South. This looks like a very nasty setup for tornadoes and wind. There's the probabilities sky high. And depending on how things unfold, wouldn't be shocked if this translated to a day one high risk somewhere in that area. So cities such as Tupelo, Birmingham, Huntsville, Nashville, up into maybe Lexington and Louisville. It's like a bad severe weather setup overall tomorrow and tomorrow evening. And that thunderstorm activity, although it'll be in a weakening phase, will pull into the Piedmont zones of the Carolinas by early Thursday morning. All right, here's what's driving all this. This is the upper air chart this afternoon. Again, that first disturbance lifting up into the Great Lakes, that was yesterday's severe weather producer. Here's the new one, and look how this sets up by the time we get to the pre-dawn hours Thursday morning. Actually, let me go back here. Let me go back a step in time. This is tomorrow afternoon, Wednesday afternoon. That disturbance really sharpening up. A lot of upper-level divergence here in that area, in the moderate risk area, fueling the thunderstorms, and then that disturbance will continue eastward. Notice some of the dynamics cruising northwest of the Carolinas, but it's close enough that I think we'll have some severe weather issues in some areas. But at the moment, for the Carolinas, it doesn't look quite as bad as our event, our big tornado event back on the 16th. But, again, severe weather does look like a problem for some areas. Today, we'll see scattered showers and storms here in the Carolinas. Some of them could be strong to severe. We'll watch that potential closely. Notice the storms exploding in parts of Arkansas, western Tennessee, and northern Mississippi this evening. And here we are at 8 a.m. On Wednesday morning. Pretty nasty storms in north Mississippi, northernmost Alabama, into Tennessee. Now, what will happen is as this low strengthens, probably some leftover storms hanging out in that Tennessee, northern Mississippi, northernmost Alabama corridor into Kentucky, and then, bam, there you go, the new explosive development coming up tomorrow afternoon, late in the afternoon, from parts of Mississippi into Alabama and Tennessee, that'll then develop maybe into Kentucky and probably reaching the mountains of North Carolina by late evening, Wednesday evening, and then crossing the mountains overnight into Thursday morning. So that's kind of the deal with that. Let me show you the Canadian. This is what the precip during the day today. And then there's tonight's precip. Look at the explosive precipitation development there at the parts of the Ohio and the Mississippi River valleys. That's the precip during the day Wednesday, and then Wednesday night into Thursday morning, and finally during the day Thursday. One more set of model charts to show you here. This is the European during the during the night tonight, and then here we go Wednesday morning, Wednesday afternoon, Wednesday evening, Thursday morning, Thursday afternoon. All right, so for the Carolinas, we're going to have to watch that line of storms as it moves in here Thursday morning. I definitely think there's a potential for some severe weather with that one, but then we get behind the system. It looks great. This is Thursday early afternoon as that system's pulling away. Here we are Friday, Saturday, Sunday, looking really very nice overall. We'll see some 70s in place for highs Friday and Saturday, some 40s for lows. So a good-looking finish to the week. All right, that is it for today's edition of the Carolina Weather Video. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day here on this Tuesday, and God bless.